Oh, here it comes. Okay, we're ready. Now we're ready. Let's get this party started.
It's time for scoop, baby. Scoop, scoop, baby. Scoop, baby. Scoop, baby. I had to turn my Bluetooth on.
I gotta try some filters this week. Had a little work done. What do y'all think?
Here we go.
Again, girls, it's the weekend.
Okay, then chillin', my ice cream, minding my business until we all go live and you wouldn't believe it. I swear, we share the tea, we spill it. You know we gotta go on like something kinda wicked. Love to kick it. We're not shy, we're just sober and opinionated.
Hey, where'd you get that background?
Like it should be lit. Come to Instagram to it. We don't know what we'll do, but we'll entertain you. So what the hell? Let's get the sober scoop. Alysse, you look gangster.
You know, I got my 3 stripes on. I got a little biggie. I got my chains with my name on them.
I got a little RBG.
Oh yeah.
That is also gangster.
Also gangster. Girl gangster. Well, welcome everyone to what number is this? 4? The 4th episode of the Sober Scoop. My name is Alysse, and I know how to count. Isn't that amazing? I am the founder of the Sober Curator, and I am joined by these 2 lovely ladies. I've got my sister, Staci, who is on the East Coast, and she is... Staci, do you want to introduce yourself, talk about what you do?
Sure. I'm a licensed mental health counselor in the state of New York, and for 12 years, I worked in the field of substance use treatment in outpatient clinics in and around the New York City area, but now I am in private practice.
Yes, you are.
So I'm my own boss.
Yeah, girl, get it. And Brooke, what's your story coming in from Canada?
Yeah, I'm Brooke. I'm from BC, Canada.
Sorry.
I host Seek Purpose, the podcast. We talk about finding purpose after addiction, and I co-founded Seek Purpose Collective, which is a recovery community for people who have found their pathway to recovery but are looking for their pathway to purpose. I am just so excited to be here, and I found sugar-free. I'm sticking to sugar-free, even though I totally fucked up on Easter. But I found this.
I don't think you can say "fucked up" and Easter in the same sentence, can you?
Oh yeah. I'll
Fuck it. Well, whatever. Yeah, we'll move past it.
But I found a 0 sugar mint chocolate chip called Enlightenment Keto.
Enlightenment. I like how you're staying on the recovery theme. That's great.
Mm-hmm.
I like
it's enlightened. It's enlightened, but they should have called it Enlightenment.
Enlightened. Okay, well, there's some new
Enlightened. Yeah.
Enlightened. I'm just making shit up now.
But if they called it Enlightenment because it's mint, I think that would have
clever.
been more clever.
Enlightenment. We might be able to have a whole spin-off show with that. Sister, what are you eating today? You got any ice cream? You got anything?
I don't. I've got a Coke Zero with maraschino cherries. So
hey, yeah, you're ready for it.
I ate. We had ice cream earlier in the day because we live near a preserve and there was a soccer field, and so Bryson and my son, went and we played kicking a soccer ball around. It was really cute. It was one of those a mini soccer ball for toddlers. He was doing pretty well. And there was an ice cream truck, so we got him a little ice cream. So I already had my ice cream for the day.
Are there still ice cream trucks in a pandemic? Those are still happening?
Yes.
So what do? They have a mask on, they scoop your ice cream, and then they throw it to you from 6 feet away, or how does that work?
No, they wear masks and they ask people to stay 6 feet apart. That's about it.
Okay, cool.
So,
well, what flavors did you get earlier today?
Well, so we just got a simple chocolate. That was it, because it was Bryson's choice, and he's all about the chocolate. So,
yeah, he
strawberry. It's either chocolate or strawberry. So he's a simple guy.
He's a simple guy, but we love him because he's named after me. Okay, maybe he's named after our parents, but my name is also Bryson, so I feel like I can say he's partially named after me.
Oh, sure.
Sure.
That
Just
makes
let
you
me
happy.
just give it
We'll
to
roll
me.
with
Just
it.
give
We'll
it to
roll
me
with it.
today, okay? I just need it. I just need it.
Yeah.
Well, you guys, in this last week, I got myself a Cuisinart snow cone maker, and I have been making up snow cones like they are going out of business. I am now launching a snow cone hybrid mocktail concoctions, and I've been making snow cone drinks all week. But today I actually tried to make a snow cone, and the kit came. I've been eyeing this Cuisinart, and this is not sponsored by Cuisinart. I just like it. Snow cone maker for like, I don't know, 2 months. And it was like $150 or something on Instagram, and not Instagram, Amazon. And it was also pretty pricey at like Williams Sonoma or something. But then the price finally dropped, and it dropped down to $70. And at that point, I feel like they're paying me to get it. So I ordered it, and it does actually come. It's about the size of a toaster. It's red, and it's not quiet, but it's not super loud. It is not, now full disclosure, it does not make shaved ice just like legit Hawaiian shave ice at like someplace that's got like a professional grade ice shaver, but it is as close as you're gonna get. And it even comes with reusable snow cone cones, because super sustainable, especially here in Seattle. We're the city of green. But I tried to make one before this started, and it got a little sloppy, a little too much syrup, and so mine's now in a dish. But I've got a grape flavored snow cone coming, sugar free, because I guess we're on a sugar free kick now together. So,
Brilliant.
Nice.
Hi, Serenities. We love Serenities. If you guys haven't checked out their online store, you absolutely should. I am definitely eyeing the t-shirt that says Peachy Clean, that has a peach on it, and peaches kind of look like bottoms. So I'm all about checking that one out. So,
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm obsessed with my Serenity shirt. It's so freaking comfy.
And what's talk to me about the cotton. Is it a soft t-shirt? Is it a little soft, stiff? Like, how does it feel when it's on your body?
It feels great. It's really soft, actually. And I love the fit. Like, it doesn't hug. It's just nice and
nice.
loosey. Yeah, I really enjoy it. I got a large.
Can I just say it's tough to find like a really great t-shirt in terms of, fit and also comfort. I love that soft cotton, but also just having like a great like logo or image on the t-shirt, making it not a boring t-shirt. It's hard to find a t-shirt that hits all three boxes, where it's comfy, fits well, and also makes kind of like a statement.
I can tell you from experience, it's really hard to make those kind of t-shirts. I worked with a print on demand company, and I can see when we did our Sober Pop on Wednesday, they talked what was their name? Recovery Life Apparel. They talked about how they did the print on demand at first, and then they were like, nope. So that's how we started with our shirts for our podcast. And it is like, when you can't see the finished product. I'm just going to say, okay, so I ordered a Just for 24 t-shirt because we're doing print on demand for those. And the logo was like right over my boob, and just like, it looks like a giant nipple.
A giant sober nipple, though. So if you're going to put your nipples out there, at least make them sober, I guess.
I fixed it. I put it on the arm now, so no one's going to have a nipple.
Perfect.
But it's not easy. It's not easy to make these things.
No,
it's not. Well, speaking of Sober Pop, for those of you that did not make it last week, our theme of the week was Add to Cart, and it was recovery small business owners that are producing like t-shirts and hats and sweatshirts and bomber jackets and stickers and necklaces. Yeah, and I got to tell you guys, the recovery merch industry, it's come a long way since when I first got sober. When I first got sober, like some of the stuff out there was like, I am not wearing that. Like not wearing that. But we had 5 super awesome small businesses. We had the Recovery Life Apparel Gals. We had Serenity's Collection. We had a Sober Girls Guide. We had Sober Pop. And then we had Team 12. And it was super cool to hear each of their stories about like how they got their start, start and how they came up with the name and kind of like what inspires their artwork and their vibes and their brands, and how it just was really cool. And we recorded it this week, so we're going to get it up on the website soon, so that you guys can check out the conversation that you missed. But this coming week on Sober Pop, which is on the Clubhouse app, it's only available for iPhone users. We do it at 6 p.m. Pacific time, 9 p.m. Eastern time. And this week's theme is the booze-free boom. And we're going to have some pretty well-known brands from the non-alcoholic industry coming on and talking about their product lines. So if that's your jam, you should definitely check it out. And the following week, we're going to be talking about sober travel. What a trip. As the world starts to open back up, we want to learn about all the safe and soberly safe travel tips. So that's what's happening on Sober Pop. But let's get to some of the headlines of the last week, because that's what this thing is all about. So, Brooke, I know you had a big moment with one of your favorite bachelors. Do you want to talk about it?
I did. So Colton was my absolute favorite Bachelor season, I guess. It was the best TV I think they've ever made. It was just so dramatic, and they had that scene of him jumping over the fence, like playing on a loop, and so, you know, you were on your seat to see why that happened. And I actually did mention to my husband, I wonder if he's gay, because he was a virgin in this episode, and he was a football player, and he didn't really seem to have a connection with a lot of the women, and he was really struggling to, well, he did, but he was really struggling, like really, really struggling. You could see it. He jumped over a fence and ran away from the show because of it. So anyways, it was a thought in my head, and he just came out, and he is living out of the closet now, and he came out as gay. I just think it was like the coolest thing.
Good for him. Good for him.
Yeah,
And
like,
isn't
finally.
he maybe, did I read that he's filming a reality TV show about his coming out of the closet? We're maybe going to see it on Netflix, maybe? Is that where I saw
I sure hope that's true, yeah. It's out there, but I have no way to verify. I don't know his people, but it's apparently.
Well, I'll
happening.
call him. I mean, I haven't talked to them in a couple of weeks, but I'll totally give them a call. So yeah, that was a headline for sure. I mean, it wasn't a sober headline, but we don't just talk about sober headlines here. We talk about all the things that relate to pop culture, because that's really our jam. So Staci, what big headline do you have?
Well, before we jump into that, I just wanted to say, like, I don't even know this guy or this season of the Bachelor or Bachelorette, but, you know, that was definitely a show that was my guilty pleasure many, many years ago. And part of me is just sitting here amazed that it's still running, that it's still going. It's like they're still doing it.
Okay, well, did you see, though, 2 episodes ago when it was the Bachelorette, season 3025, and the season started off at La Quinta Resort in Palm Springs, which is one of my favorite resorts in Palm Springs. It's so old Hollywood, and it started out with one bachelorette, but she like met her man, and like they were engaged by like week 2. Now I don't think they're together anymore, but so she exited the show. So then they brought on a gal that was actually in the season with Colton that had made it to the final 4, and so she became the new bachelorette and was going through all these suitors. And one of the guys that was in that crew is sober, runs a sober living house or nonprofit kind of up in Staci, I think up somewhere North New York area. And so I was immediately rooting for the sober guy. And then I started thinking, like, would it be cool if they did a bachelor or a bachelorette where it was all people in sobriety? And then I thought, no, that's a bad idea. That's a very bad idea. I don't think that should ever happen. But I really enjoyed that episode.
I think the representation of the recovery community would be very not well represented if it was a bachelor show.
Right.
But I believe we could bring the drama and it would be just as good TV.
I mean, we would bring the drama. It would just have to be drama that would be happening without alcohol, because, you know, that's how they get all the drama to happen, is they're like filling these people up with booze. In fact, there's another show called, I'm going to forget the name of it now. It's like Real Life, but it's a scripted show about behind the scenes on The Bachelor and like what all the producers do.
I love that one.
Oh yeah, it was really good. It was like 3 seasons long or something, but that was a good one. So
I think David Weinstein is the writer on that one. Yeah.
Well, Well, I think that there aren't very many relationships that get formed on The Bachelor or The Bachelorette that really stand the test of time. Maybe there's one or two that are still together and killing it. But, it's not, statistically, it's not very great. But, on the other end of the spectrum, we have Prince Philip, whose funeral was yesterday. And the shot of Queen Elizabeth all alone, masked, sitting in black in the pew, having her husband of 73 years buried. And I'm like, I can't even imagine what it would be like to be married to someone for 73 years and to lose them. And I'm sure that there's a range of emotions that go through that, because not only are you mourning them, you're contemplating your own mortality. And it's it's not uncommon for couples who've been together for long marriages for one to go shortly after the other. And she is turning 90. Queen Elizabeth is turning 95 this week. And I think, the whole world is like watching, like, is she, what's going to happen with her? Because grief has been known to be really challenging to survive at that age. So,
well, that happened with our grandparents, Staci, with Grandma and Grandpa Smith. Yeah. They died a year apart. A month, excuse me. Grandma Bryson Grandma Smith went first. Wow, I just can't talk tonight. Grandma Smith went first, and then Grandpa Smith died a couple weeks later, probably of a broken heart. He didn't know how to live without her.
Yeah. Oh, that's so Notebook.
It's very
so
Notebook. Right. Okay. Speaking of the Notebook, that's an excellent transition, because I discovered a new app this weekend called was it Reface? I think it's called Reface, where you take a selfie of yourself and you put it into this app. And yes, they do charge you. They charge you for this app. You can do $2.49 for a week or $25 for the year. I opted to do it for a week and already went in and canceled. But I took a picture of my face and I did put it in a scene of the Notebook. And I look pretty good in the Notebook. I just want to put it out there. I also, of course, because I'm an addict, made 1,800 more videos and then spliced them all together. If you want to be entertained by a person you don't know, you're more than welcome to go over to my personal account, Alysse in the City, and see how I morphed myself together as Sandra Bullock and Miss Congeniality and Marilyn Monroe and the Notebook, and obviously Daenerys from Game of Thrones. They're all in there. So that app, I gotta tell you, $2.50 was totally worth my entertainment. And I kind of feel like I did look like the Queen of Dragons. I feel like I kind of slayed that one.
That was definitely my favorite. And it was around the end too. I was like, damn, girl, damn, get those dragons.
I think my top three favorite was Queen Daenerys from Game of Thrones, but then it was also the Notebook, because that was just, still in there. But you did a pretty good Carrie Bradshaw, I'd have to say.
I did.
Your whole thing. You look your actress version of yourself, the morph version, it's like if Kate Hudson and Jennifer Coolidge had a baby. Or middle sister.
Right. It was a little weird, though, to morph my head onto all these bodies, and they're all skinny bodies and I'm chubby. So Reframe app, if you're listening, you need to make a version for chubby girls so they can kind of look like themselves. But I still really enjoyed doing that. I spent a good hour being entertained last night, which, as someone who's still in quarantine, it is getting trickier to keep myself entertained. So that's what other headlines? Do we have anything else pressing?
I'm sure there were headlines, but were we paying attention?
No, we weren't. No, we weren't, because we're bad news people. Let's not mention that I work at a TV station right now. Let's not mention that.
There is exciting things that happened. We talked at the King County Recovery Coalition. about
We
Just
did.
for 24. That was exciting stuff, and it's our own little headlines.
It was. And we're going to be, Brooke and I are going to be on a bunch of interviews with media this week, getting everybody pumped up for Just for 24. So why don't we segue into that? And Brooke, let's tell the room what's going on with hashtag Just for 24. And just for this moment, I've made a sign. Oh shit, you can't see it. Shit.
You gotta take the filter off.
Technical difficulties. You talk, I'll figure it out.
Yeah, I absolutely love the sign and your dance. That was amazing. I need to get more creative. It's so awesome. So Just for 24 is on April 24th, which is 4/24. It is a day to celebrate the recovery community, whether or not you are in recovery. You stay sober and have an absolute blast, booze-free, and share on social media what you're doing. We have so many recovery. That actually looks like your reface a little bit.
Thank you. Thank you.
We have a ton of recovery influencers on board. A lot of really amazing people who are doing great things in the recovery community have hopped on and already sent in videos. If you go to @just4.24, you can see all of those videos up now. We're going to be going live on Facebook April 24th between 1 p.m. and 4:30 p.m. PST, so that we're hitting 4/24 in both time zones. And we'd love to see you there. We have a ton of prizes. Like, I can't even keep up. I have to keep redoing our event kit like every 3 minutes because another company has hopped on board to give out some prizes. If you want more information of that and downloading the event kit, head over to just424.com and grab yourself some swag as well. And if you want to get involved,
just ate my headphone. Sorry.
Oh.
I thought you got zapped by the lasers. And you got put into the fifth dimension or something.
It goes with your outfit.
So yes, I feel like this will be my vibe for the rest of the night. So we've been brainstorming, trying to come up with funny things we could do for Just for 24. That's like the ice bucket challenge, but I don't want to dump fucking ice on my head. So does anybody in the room, anybody listening, all 5 of you, does anybody have any ideas on something wacky we could do that's fun and easy to get people to then mimic it and recreate it to really take this thing viral? What are we going to do? Any ideas?
I mean, those heads that we use as our little logo for Sober Pop would be real cute, but I don't know how many people have an iPhone that could figure that out.
Yeah, we can't keep alienating the Android people. They're already mad enough about Clubhouse. So
I do get lots of messages actually from Android people trying to join Clubhouse, and I'm like, I don't get any messages from anyone with an iPhone asking me how to get on there.
Okay, Tamlin's thinking. Did I say that right, Tamlin? She's thinking. She's got a all right. So, I mean, I don't know. It's just I think the whole point is that we want to show people that I think a lot of people, when they talk about recovery and addiction, it's always really dark and serious, and a lot of people die, and we're not making light of any of that at all. But the whole reason that people want to get sober is because they can have a wildly fun and successful life. And that doesn't mean that it is like Brooke's page right now that's covered in rainbows and butterflies and flowers. Life is really hard, I've had a lot of shitty ass things happen in my time in recovery, but fortunately I haven't had to drink over them. And in between those hard times, I still have had a lot of fun. So maybe it's just laughing. Brooke, I really liked the video you did at the park with your kids, with your Just for 24 hat on, going down the slide, showing that you can have fun with your kids when you're sober.
Yeah, maybe just have a blast.
Maybe
have a booze-free blast.
Yeah, whatever you want to do, booze-free, drug-free, having a blast. Just video it or take a picture. Maybe you're just wearing really awesome socks and you're like, yeah, I've got a lot of swagger because I'm sober. Look at my socks. Hashtag Just for 24. We want it to be easy because we want everyone to participate, including allies. And Staci, since you're an ally and not technically in sobriety,
right.
What are your plans for what you're gonna do to celebrate Just for 24 in honor of me?
Well, you know, I'm not one for a lot of like planning ahead of time. So, you know, there's that part, and I work in the mornings. But I was thinking about that today. I just hadn't come up with a response, and it kind of depends on, you know, the weather and where I could go because you can't with a toddler. I'm still leery about taking him places where it's too crowded. So it's probably the park for us. Those are just the years of my life where it's about going to the park. But maybe we'll go to the beach. But I don't know. That's a good question.
I mean, his vocabulary is coming along. Maybe you could just have him come on and be like, "I'm sober."
I don't know. Possibly. This week was really cute because he was saying that he wanted the tent. He was like, "I want tent," and I was like, "You want the tent? Well, what's the magic word?" And he was like, "The magic word is want."
That's my nephew.
And I was
That's
like,
my
"You're
nephew.
not wrong. You're not wrong, boo."
Is it weird that I want my head to go back and forth with the lasers? Just asking. I don't know. Anyway. Well, I have not good news, and I feel like I need to share it with my community because I've been crying all afternoon. So I think that's the reality of recovery is we can come on here and we can act like it's all ice cream sundaes and fun, and it's so much of that, but it's also sometimes really scary. And I found out that I'm COVID positive today, and as a person who's high risk, I have asthma and I have COPD. I am a cancer survivor and I have heart disease. A lot of that is because of the many years that I drank and used. And so I am high risk and I am terrified. And my son, who is 24, has Crohn's disease. And thankfully, right now, his test came back negative and mine is positive. But because we're in the same household, they are basically saying that we're both positive. And the good news is we had gotten the first of our two Pfizer shots. We got our first vaccine on March 31st. And then on the 11th of April, we went to a very small family birthday party with under 15 people, and we didn't wear masks, and we were inside. And even though we washed our hands a lot, we were still, you know, with a group of people, even sitting pretty much socially distanced, we were still all in the same room together for 2 weeks or 2 weeks, over 15 minutes. We were there for probably 2 hours. And I have to tell you, it really threw me today. And even coming in on almost 15 years of sobriety, when the shit gets real and fear takes over, like my knee-jerk reaction is still like, I want to get high. I want to drink. I want to do anything to not feel like I feel right now. But I didn't have to do any of those things. And I'll tell you why. It's not because I'm a superhero, although I think I do have some tendencies, if we're being honest. But I think it's because I have an amazing support group around me that I know that I can reach out to when the shit gets real. And I don't care how you have gotten sober, what your path was, or if you're sober curious, please know that the backbone of recovery and being able to get through life on life's terms is having a community around you that can support you, that can understand when you don't want to talk, but then keep blowing up your phone with text messages. They can also call and make you get on the phone. And so I'm just so grateful to this community that has formed in the middle of COVID and this pandemic. I would have never gone into this thing a year ago thinking that I would make friends that I know are now going to be lifelong friends that I've never met. And I also would never in a million years thought that I would get on the internet live and cry. But that's the reality of my day-to-day. And the irony is that it happened right after I made a bunch of really stupid videos trying to dance like Beyonce with a fan blowing my hair. And I definitely shake it like a white girl, you guys. Like, I'm not a good dancer. But
here I was like trying to show that I can have a blast in recovery to share that message. And then I get the phone call that I'm positive, and like, I don't have any symptoms, and I'm trying really hard to remain optimistic. And I've called my sponsor, and I've got people that are my accountability people that are all keyed in. But that's how recovery works. It is a community. And so a lot of times we get on here on Sunday nights and we shoot the shit and we talk about funny things like bachelors that we didn't know were gay are now coming out of the closet, and the Suez Canal being birthed or whatever. And that was funny if you were there. If you weren't there, then I'm sorry, you don't get that joke. But this is just what's bubbling out of me tonight. It's probably because of the over-sugared snow cone, but this is why I want this week's Just for 24 campaign to go as viral as possible, because I really do want to break the stigma around addiction so that more and more people can get help when they need to sooner. That's what I really want. I wish I had gotten help sooner, and it takes what it takes. Everybody has to hit their own personal bottom. But there's so many more resources out now than there were 15 years ago when I first started. And so if you're new, or if you're curious, or if you're in your first few days or weeks or months, like, you might be living a pink cloud, and God, hang on to that for as long as you can. But if you're not, there are so many of us that want to help you. And it's the women in recovery that have literally saved my ass every single time. And as someone who suffers with not only addiction, but also mental illness and severe depression, like, I'm really good at faking it, but sometimes I just don't have a fake it in me. And I started off this live thinking I could fake my way through it, and as it turns out, I can't. And that's okay too. So I just want to say I really appreciate you guys being here, and thank God there's only like 6 people on here, so it's like not so dramatic.
That's okay. It's going to repeat on Instagram all week long.
Thank you, Staci. Thank you.
That's fine.
I hope
we love you. We love you.
Oh.
Thank you for your vulnerability with us.
Yeah, that's huge.
Because I'm pretty sure somewhere out there, there's someone going through the same thing. You know, because I think we're at the point where people have, you know, even if you were being super cautious through the whole year, you're getting tired, you're getting sloppy, you're making decisions you wouldn't normally make because you're craving that social contact, you're craving, you know, just some sense of normalcy. So it's, you know, there's someone else probably still struggling with a diagnosis of a positive test of COVID and wondering what's going to happen because they have pre-existing conditions. And that fear is real. Right? Because, you know, we're not just in the middle of a COVID pandemic. We're in the middle of a social isolation and mental and depression pandemic. So many people are struggling with depression and loneliness this year. And if you didn't have a substance use problem before 2020 and the COVID pandemic, a lot of people are developing one for sure this year. You know, so Just for 24 is a great movement. I hope it catches on nationally everywhere. I hope that people will just give sobriety a try for 24 hours. As your mental health professional, though, if you've been drinking every day for a very, very, very long time, or on a benzo every day, it's not medically advisable for you to just stop drinking or stop using a benzo. You could go into a seizure, or you could have a stroke. Alcohol and benzos are definitely 2 substances that if you've been using them every day, you need to be medically evaluated before you stop using. So maybe Just for 24 isn't for you this year, but maybe you use that day to go to your local emergency room and be evaluated for detox.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, detox centers, recovery communities are all open in our area during the pandemic for people to get help. So, girl, I just want to hug you. I wish I could fucking hug you right now. Oh,
Amy, can I just go like this?
I got you on my iPad stand. It's almost like you're here.
So earlier we were FaceTiming, and I told Bryson to come talk to his Aunt Lovey, Aunt Lovey's sad today, and he went to go get his pacifier because that's what he uses when he's sad. It was so sweet. He literally tried to put it in her mouth. He was like, here.
I really am glad that you came out and talked about it, not just because I think that message was absolutely beautiful, you said, and from the heart, and just going to help so many people. Like, whoever watches this cannot help but be touched by that. But also, you kind of looked like you were stoned when we got on here, and I was a little bit worried people weren't going to understand that you were probably crying. Like,
yes, I'm crying, not stoned, just for the record. Okay,
but you're still gorgeous. Like, holy shit. How do you pull this together?
Well, it's only because about a half an hour before I was on with Katie Mack, and I think she's on here somewhere, and she was like, girl, go wash your face. And I was like, you're right. I need to wash my face. So anyway, I want to, we're not going to stay on long tonight because this whole 15-minute podcast, video cast we're doing, we have yet to end at 15 minutes. So I do want to cut it short tonight. But is aware of Just for 24, please check out the website, I don't know why I keep saying www. Am I like an old lady? Yes, I am an old lady. Justfor24.com. We're also have an event page on Facebook. You can follow it on Instagram at just4.24. Obviously, the Sober Curator will keep giving you updates. We'll have updated blog posts all week long. You can join us on Sober Pop this week at Wednesday night. And Staci, what's going on with the Daily Llama this week? You got it in early. Like, who are you?
I got it in early, girl. By early, it's 7 hours before midnight my time. Yeah, listen.
You don't even know that you aren't even talking.
A what?
Nobody can hear you.
No one can hear me?
Nope. Just lip readers.
What? I can hear her.
Oh.
Okay, well, I'll speak for my sister because I do it all the time anyway. She writes the Daily Llama, and it's coming out tomorrow. It's short, daily, one-word meditations for your complete well-being. I don't know what the theme is yet this week because I got to go open up the email and get it up on the site. But we will check it out.
Earth Day.
And just 24, everybody can get involved. Post a picture, post a video. Start now.
Earth Day!
Movement now. If you have any questions, you can DM any of us on Instagram. We will respond quickly because we're addicts and we don't know how to put down our phone. So
I think your headphones.
Brooke, you want to take us out with our song because that would cheer me up.
Your headphones are taking the audio. I think you're talking through your headphones.
You're muted too. I don't know what.
No, I'm not. Your headphones.
Why am I the only one talking?
Headphones.
You're not the only one talking. You're just the only one who's deaf.
No, Scooby-Doop, 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 it's the weekend in. See, I don't even know
Put your headphones in. Put your headphones in.
Just take the wheel. We're signing off for the night. Thank you. We love you. Goodbye.